So I started the session beforehand. Okay, today we're going to do some exciting stuff of installing Puppet and configuring Puppet and also establishing the shake hand, basically certificate authentication between the master and the slave. And we write a small code in the master and we expect the slave to pull it and show that it is being following the instruction from the master. Sounds interesting?
Yes.
All right, let's do it. I think my instances are running already. Yes, they are all running. Can you confirm that you have configured your DNS in your domain names you have brought in? I wanted your servers. I mean, you also have master, test, and production, right? But I wanted you to follow my master. So you can also configure your master. But if you follow my master, all your slaves will be for getting the environment which I am setting up over here. That is the reason I wanted you to configure your public DNS or the domain name. Can all of you ping your own domain names? I'll keep it for my record. So I hope you have purchased domain names, 99 bucks, worth it for experimenting, and you have owned the domain for the whole year and year after if you want to pay. Kapil, you haven't yet created, you can follow the tutorial, right? And you can not create it. Okay, follow the tutorials. If you don't create it, then we cannot work. We can still do it, but it just takes more time. Okay.
I will make it done by tomorrow.
All right. Subramaniam, did you do that? It takes 2 minutes for you to do it. No, it is nice that we all work together in a same master. All the slaves are following my commands, and it gives you a better confidence. Things. Okay, I have a domain of Abhishek. Abhishek, what is the subdomain you have configured? I mean the A record. Is it like master dot stuff like that? Okay. Since yesterday there was some payment issues. Okay, so I will go ahead and complete the session because maybe in the break or maybe tomorrow also you can do it by yourself and accordingly we can do it, right? Anyway, we'll have some time allocated for Puppet. So let's do it. I'll do it myself. Abhishek can follow parallelly. So I'm going to connect. I don't know which is what. Okay, so I'm going to start up the master and production and test servers. Okay, so let me see. Master. Okay, this is my IP number. Is my system visible? Just close all the other tabs. Just focus on the tutorial. Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm connecting to my. Let's see if you have load profile. Do you have this profile? Bitwise.
So while creating master record, you want your master IP to like we put your master IP.
I'll tell you when I'm configuring my test, you can also do the same configuration in your node, in your test node, right? Then your test node becomes my slave. First, I'm configuring my master now. I'm logging into the system. Right now, it is just a plain Ubuntu instance we had created yesterday. Nothing fancy. Okay. So I'm using my Bitwise to log into this one. Okay. We have named it yesterday. Remember, we have named the host name as master. Okay. That is what it is. It is showing me as a master. If I do sudo -i, then obviously it goes to root so that I have all the permissions. Okay. And don't worry about writing down the commands. Letters are not clear. Okay, let me just make it little properties. I'll make it 16. Is it clear, Dina? Sometimes if your net is not fast enough, it kind of like blurs. Can you see it now? Yeah, perfect. Others can see my screen. Any difficulty in reading my screen?
Yes, I can able to see.
Okay, cool, fine. So this is my master node. Okay, I just named it as master. It's just a Ubuntu installation right now. I put it as a master. The first thing, I'll just check if what is my host name. Okay, so my host name is master.skillogic. That's what I have done yesterday. All right. If you don't remember the command, it is just host name and whatever it is shown on the bottom. Okay, that's all. So don't worry about writing down the commands because you have a video anyway. I'll send the recorded video. I will also send you the. I'll keep a notes of whatever command I'm running in a separate notepad somewhere here. Okay, I'll just create another notepad. And after the session, I'll send you the list of the sequence of the commands so that you can. I'll just save it. I'm very bad in saving things. This is Puppet, right? Puppet command CLI reference. CLI reference. That's reference in CLI. That's all. Really reference. Okay. So good. I will also open up my one of the node because the other node I can follow the same way. So I will open up my test node. I don't have a test node as such, so I need to create it. So I'll open up my bitwise client, another client. This I'll close it up. I'll go to my AWS. I will take a test node. I'll copy my public IP. I will put this here. Well, the username and the key remains the same because I have created the 3 instances with the same configuration and same key pair. So I don't have to change anything of it. I'll save this profile for my reference. I'll say puppet test. In case if I'm loading it back, there is something else, I'm going to replace it. Okay. And I log in. Save and accept. I have my puppet slave. Okay. This is again a brand new installation we have done yesterday. There is nothing fancy in it. It's just a plain Ubuntu installation. Now I'm going to name it as, I'll just go to the super user. I'll name it as, I'll basically create a host name saying that this is test.skillogic, which is your public domain, .com. Let's clear it. Try to make it equal size. Okay. Okay. And sudo -i. It just looks nice. Test. So I have a master at the left side and test at the right side. Okay. Okay. And then if you close these sessions and open again, will these settings, well, you will log into as an Ubuntu because that is what you're logging into from your SSH client. When you say sudo su or sudo -i, you'll get back to this position again. IPs also change. Yes, you don't have an IP, elastic IPs. So when the IPs change, you have to configure your DNS again in your domain. But you're just going to do one time for your reference, right? I wanted you to use a public IP just for, so that we can work together in a public IP. Yeah. To answer your question, Abhishek, yes, you have to, if the IP is changed, then you have to, change it in your GoDaddy DNS server, or else you can just buy an elastic IP and stick it to it. Anyway, you have 250 hours. Even combined to all these things will not reach that. Even it reaches it, it will have a couple of dollars billing. So that should not be much. You can still attach 3 elastic IPs and keep your instances running for next 2 days so that you don't have any IP reconfiguration problems. Okay. All right. So in the test node, I will just type in ifconfig. Okay, there is lots of stuff here which is not readable at all actually, because I've increased the font size. Okay, I'm interested in my inet because I want to connect this this networking through the inet. Okay, so I have my inet of test inet address, basically IP address, internal IP address. So there is a file called host file. I'm sure that you are aware of it. This is a file which decides which address is mapped to which IP. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm in a root permission, so I don't need to put any sudo on stuff. I'll just go ahead and edit this one. Oh, I already put this. Okay, that's great. I don't need that. So I will add, this is a master one. I will add the test IP address, which is what I copied from there. Okay, and I say that this IP number belongs to test.skilllogicdevops.com. Okay, what I'm basically saying is, if you get a request from this domain, you basically refer to this IP. Okay, so there is one entry. You can also do it from outside. We need to do the same thing for the test as well, putting that the host number of your master. I'll say if config. So it gives you lots of information. I'm only interested in Ethernet first, like an Ethernet address. This is the one I'm interested. Okay, I can even do it from here directly, saying echo okay, and master.skilllogic, oh yeah, skillogicdevops.com, and I'll just push it into my host file. It's the same. Either you're directly editing it or you're doing it. If you want to see whether it worked, you can just go ahead and see that. Yeah, it did put it there. I'm just echoing that, appending it into the stuff. So what I have done, I basically put an entry into my host file saying that this particular address belongs to this IP. Hope you are all from Linux background, so you shouldn't have any questions. Right. And then I could before doing anything, let me update it. So I can say app-get update -y. That don't ask me any questions. Take it yes for all. So I'll just update it. It's a good practice to update. I don't know which dependency is going to hit us where. It's always better to update your both the machines. Okay, this is done. Clear it off. This is also done. Clear it off. Clear the screen. Okay. And then in the master, I'm going to install my Puppet master. App-get, I'm in root, no need to put sudo. App-get install Puppet master. If you want to put -i, put -i. So just install the Puppet master without asking any questions. It's installed it. It automatically started it as well. I want to see how is the is it installed? It is running. I can simply say service Puppet master status. It will say my master is not running. Okay, that's weird. Why is it not running? Okay, not upgraded. Okay, it's already the newest version. Why it is not running? Oh, sorry, it's not the Puppet master I have to type in. I have to simply say Puppet status. Okay, that's not weird. It's Ubuntu, right? How do you start this? Start is not recognized. Anyone with Ubuntu expertise? Or else I have to Google. Yeah, here and there, you know, still not running. It says OK over there. Let me come back to this. Here, I will install app-get Puppet. So in the master node, you install Puppet master. In all the slave nodes or the working nodes, whatever you call, you install Puppet. Okay. Okay. So service Puppet status. Agent is running. I still don't understand why the master is not running. It doesn't show any error. Okay. Okay. Crazy. But that's not a problem because -y is just telling that take a yes for everything. Oh, that is absolutely, I mean, I shouldn't even done that. So it should work. We will see that. Let me exit it one more time. One more time. And even that does not help because I do not see any reason why it is not running. Puppet master. Log in. Okay. Just want this to be clean and nice. Okay. 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 We'll get back to this. No idea why it is not running. But let me run commands. Can the commands be? If it is not running, then obviously commands will not run. So if I say puppet cert list, for example, will it work? It is working. Absolutely no idea. It seems that master is running, but it is saying it's not running. Okay. Okay, we'll get back to that. Some problem with, okay, but still responding. My puppet is running over there. Okay. So I have installed puppet master in the master node. I installed puppet agent in, or simply puppet in my slave node or the agent node. Okay. So far so good. Are you all with me till now? Okay, good. All right. So, and then I can check the puppet version just to be, puppet. So command. Oh, I forgot one more hyphen. Okay, it's 3.4.3. Yeah, of course, I installed just now, so it's the latest version. Okay, and after this, I will go to my slave or the working node or the agent node, right? I will tell it who is your master. So we can do it by editing a file called as, it is located in your etc. You'll have a folder already as a puppet. We can go and check it. We'll do it later. And there is also another file called as puppet.config. This is the file which stores all the puppet configurations. Okay. You can simply go to that file and you can scroll down, and this command is needed. Okay, the master. All right. So here you can simply add one line called as server is equal to, okay, master.skilllogicdevops.com. So I'm saying that the server for this or the master for this is that ID, that address. Save it. Cool. And that's all we need to do. We just instructed my slave that that's your master, and the next process is certification creating and signing, right? We'll go to the master and see if there is any certification apart from whatever the master has. The command is puppet cert list all certifications. So it only will show you the master as of now because that is the only thing which is connected to itself. There is no other slave or any other agents being attached to it. Okay, and the DNS for it is master.skilllogic.com. It is its same node. All right, I'll go to the slave. I will first create a certificate. All right, so I'll say puppet agent -t. So it has created a certificate, it requested master, it would have pushed the certificate to the master. I'll go to the master, I'll run the same command again. I should be able to see a new entry, which is this one, saying test.skillogic.com has requested and the certificate is waiting for your approval or authorization. How you sign the certification? We use a command called as, in the master side of course, we'll say puppet cert, very readable, sign, that's all. And we put your name of it. Okay, so that's all. Puppet cert sign. And you say enter, that basically signs your request. If you see this, it is all signed. Perfect. That's all. Okay, now you can see the plus symbol over here, which means it has been already added. In the previous message you don't have it, which means that it is waiting. See, there is no plus symbol. When you say plus symbol, this has been already authorized and it's added to the master node. So now that my master and my test node or the agent or the slave node is connected. Right. So far so good.
Yes.
All right. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to create a small file, a really small file in the master. We can call it as infrastructure as code kind of file. We're going to write a small script in the master and we will see how a slave actually takes it over. Right now we are not going to do auto configuration or pull rate or something like that. We'll just manually pull that configuration from the slave. At the end of the session we will see how you configure the auto pulling things. Okay. Okay, so I'll go to the master now. All right, and we'll create a small file. I'll go into this puppet folder itself, cd puppet. I can just go into manifest. This is where you actually write the files. I'll just say manifest. Okay, there's nothing in it. Now I'm going to create a file called as site.pp. You can create anything. Site.pp is better. You create a file. It's a new blank file. I'm going to quickly write a small code. I'll mention node. And that is how you can mention the nodes. Right now I only have one node. I'll say test.skillogicdevops.com is my node. Okay. In the later session we will also add production node, but right now let's keep the thing simple. So this is how you write the coding. So this open, it looks very similar to your Java kind of programming. Okay. We can also write classes here to keep the thing simple. I'm going to write the resource directly. I'm going to write the command directly. I'll say there's a keyword called as package. I'll just give 2 space so that it's not mandatory. You can write it even without the 2 space, but I just want to keep it that way. So I write a package. This package is going to install. We have played with many things. Let's take Git, because Git you know very well. Let me see if the Git is already installed in the slave. No Git has been installed. Okay, just to confirm that. And the slave says, yeah, this is no Git has been installed. So I'm not going to install the Git in slave. I'm going to do it through the master now, through the infrastructure coding. I mean the puppet coding. I'll say Git. It's good habit to put quotations. Okay, and the column. This is a package. This is how you declare the package. Okay, and then you can put attributes. Attributes such as name. I can name it. It's not required, but I can say name. I'll put this name as Git. Okay, I can write a lot of things, and here what I want to do is I want to ensure, okay, it's installed. So if it is installed, no actions will be taken. If it is not installed, then it will actually pull the Git and install it for us. We will see whether it does it or not. Is the code clear? I'll just read it for you again. I have written the node because I'm trying to write a code for a particular node. You can also write it a universal star kind of thing. But right now I want to write it particularly for the test node. I have given node and the entire host name of the node, like test.skillogic.devops.com. That is how we configured in the initial session, initial few commands, right? Then I have a package being installed. The package name is Git. Package is Git. We name it Git as well, optional. And what I want to do, I want to ensure that it is installed. Okay. If it is installed, no action will be taken. I haven't went into any version and stuff like that. We will see it in the next session. All right. How you manage the versions. Right now, I just want to install the Git. If it is not installed, it will install. If it's already installed, it takes no action. Is that clear? Can I get a confirmation? Is the code clear? All right, perfect. So I'll just save this one, clear the sesh terminal again. You can also validate this. So sometimes I can go to anywhere. So I don't have to be, you know what, I'll validate from here. So I will say Puppet, there's a command called as parser. It's basically parse your code and say whether parser, Puppet, parser, validate, right? And I can give the path name. It is right now here. I can simply say site.pp. That should work. It haven't shown any error message, which means that it is perfect. There is no syntax error. Everything is perfect. Okay. After this, I go back to my slave node. Here, I will simply say Puppet agent -t. That's all I need to do. It's basically going -t is its terminal interactor. I'll say pull. This is the command. Puppet agent -t. It will connect to the master, update the things. It has thrown an error. So it says that I have to enable it. Yes, of course. Every agent has to be enabled. So we will simply say Puppet agent -- enable. Okay. And it will enable the Puppet, clear the session, screen, sorry. And I'll say Puppet agent -t. It's going to the master. It connects to the master, retrieves the stuff, and then it has got the code and it did everything. Okay. Now, whatever we mentioned here should be already here, should be already pulled by the node and it should be running. What did we mention there? Git. We know that previously we don't have a Git being installed in the test. Let's say it is installed now. It does. So it works. Let me check if it really works. Now I have a Git. I'm gonna uninstall the Git. Get, remove, Git. Git has been uninstalled. Yes, go ahead. I don't have a Git now. Clearly no. I'll pull my, I'll run the same command, the agent command again. Where is it? Yep. Okay. Cool. Is my Git working now? Yes, it did. Is it clear? Any doubts? You've written a small piece of code in the master and it's being, Dina says cool. The construction of Puppet is simple. When you go into the more bigger coding, even the error messages are very interactive and clear. So this is how it works. Okay. So I would like to have a confirmation from everyone that you understand this first. Then I will set a small interval thing now, and then we'll go for the full stack implementation. We'll also look into Puppet modules. Puppet also publishes the modules. We are not going to write the entire code. For example, if you want to install the SQL module, right, we will not write the code as you have written. The Puppet code is also written, published as a modules. For example, if I want to install, let's say, PHP flavor, some flavor, okay, I don't have to do it everything by myself. I'll simply Google for it. I'll say Puppet. I want to install MySQL module, for example. We know that, simple one, right? MySQL module, and I'll just Google it. So look into it. There is a link over here. You can click. And you just have to get the latest version, you know. So this is the command for it. If you run this command, I'm going to do it right away just to show you. I will install in the master, because whatever you install, you always install in the master. So Puppet module install Puppet Labs MySQL. So where do I get this? I get it from the puppet.com. So they clearly mention that if you run this command, it will install MySQL module for you. Okay, the latest one, well configured, well working. You don't have to break your head. I'll click enter. It's gonna go and pull. What it is doing? It's simply pulling the code file, the script file, nothing else. It just pulls the script files. Whatever you written, a smaller one, it has been written in a much better way, okay, by the Puppet lab itself. So let me see. Just go one step back, Puppet. Now you have seen a new folder called as module. Before that we don't have it. If you observe it in your previous list command, we have looked into it, we don't have modules. Now we have modules. Go to the modules, then you have a lot of things in it, staging and the standard lib. Go to MySQL. Sorry, MySQL, I got out. Alright, so you have so many files as you can see, and within that you also have manifest again, the same manifest. Go inside the manifest, you will see a lot of pp, right? You have client.pp, you have server.pp, you have params.pp, we have, just look into any of the pp. Let's say I go to the client.pp. .pp. Okay, see, there is a class command written. It's again Puppet scripting. MySQL client. They have enabled some params. The parameters being binding parameters. Okay, some package names, and it inherits other MySQL parameters, including that MySQL client install, binding, enable Java, Perl, PHP, Python, Ruby enabled, and some best practice coding. You have a lot of them. That's all. Anchor class. Okay, these are all the codes which is being pulled directly by your this command, the module install command. Just okay, sorry. Okay, cool. So just running this command will automatically install all the Puppet scripts. You're not going to write it all by yourself. We will change a little as we need it. Okay, Puppet Labs has done a very good work in terms of having all the standard scripts being installed. Okay, we will explore that. Tomorrow maybe we'll install a full stack application, and most of the things we'll do it is through Puppet modules. We're not going to write script. And of course we will tweak a little inside that modules which has been already installed, and to show that how Puppet manages the configuration. Today we'll go ahead and see how to set the intervals, because we know that Puppet is a pull configuration, right? So we have to set an interval for your client node to constantly poll your master node. Right now we have done it manually. All right, let's set the interval. The interval is also in the same Puppet configuration file which we have edited a minute ago, or like 15 minutes ago or something. It's Puppet, oh, sorry, okay, and Puppet config. Okay, we have added this server parameter, remember? Now we're going to add another parameter. Very readably, very conveniently, we'll say run interval. That's a command. And normally we put it half an hour, 1 hour based on how frequently you change your things, because unnecessarily the client has going to poll server most of the time. For demo purpose, I'm going to put 1 minute so that I can show you how it works. Okay, so I put 1 minute, I save it. Observe, I'm not even restarting the Puppet server. When I change a code, it is dynamically going to take charge. Okay, let me just see that. Git is now installed. I will uninstall it. Apt-get, remove git. Okay, and if I say git, it doesn't work. I'm going to wait for, I don't know, 1 minute. Any questions? So I expect this git to magically install without even asking or showing any prompt. Let's see if that happens, because that is how my Puppet is being configured, right? So let the 1 minute pass. In the meantime, you can ask me questions, or till now any doubts.
Yeah, so I have one doubt.
Yes, please.
That we are saving that file, right? No, this is Dina.
Dina, yes, please. Go ahead.
Yeah, you are saving that file, right? Some file. You can just you're writing the script and .pp. What is that extension? That is it Puppet full or what?
Puppet extension, PP.
Okay, pp. Double p means is there anything meaning? No.
Puppet, PP, Puppet. But
Oh,
you know, it is just a scripting file. It is not going to compile anything or doing automatically. If you want to put something else, but typically we follow the standard, it is just a file name, and we denote all the Puppet manifest files as PP. Puppet. PP basically means Puppet. And it's just a
Okay.
simple
Okay.
text script. So even if you put something else, it should work. I haven't tried it. It should work because most of the scripting file, but we follow the standard convention. Okay.
And that is the .pp, right?
Yeah. You know what? Git
Okay.
has been installed. See, 1 minute has passed on. So I didn't even see any prompt. Puppet, the slave node automatically is polling the master. It got the catalog or the corrections which it has to do in its configuration. Did the installation? I didn't even know it. When I type in Git now the Git is already installed. All right? Isn't it cool? It is. All right. So I leave you here for today's session because I wanted you to practice, do the DNS settings and install the Puppet Master, Puppet, one of the node, maybe production and testing. If you do the testing, it works exactly the same manner. All right. And play with the few commands which I'll send you. I haven't, I'll just put all the things. I don't remember the flow, but I'll just go through the video. I'll put all the commands in this notepad and share it to you. I'll put it in the same shared folder as the video shared folder. All right. Okay. You practice it, get a grip over it. If you want to do few more commands, you can Google and try a few more commands. You also have some more Puppet commands. You can try that. All right. And tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and install the full-fledged application. Maybe most easy is your PHP stack and MySQL and maybe a WordPress stack as well. We will install the entire application, all right, and then we will see how we can configure the version numbers of PHP, okay, and we will execute it for both test, production through the master node, and that will complete your entire we'll do all this thing using Puppet modules. So just we have installed your MySQL, we'll also install PHP and do some stuff over there. That completes your Puppet, right? And in your end use case, DevOps use case, we will use Puppet actually to make sure that all our systems in your final DevOps use case are configured properly. Okay. Today is a bit short session, maybe 45-50 minutes, right? And I leave it here. I wanted you to practice. Any questions? You can, yeah, we will start at 8 o'clock tomorrow. If required, we will take a more session tomorrow after 9 as well. And we will complete the session, Puppet session tomorrow itself. Okay?
Ashok, before we sign up, like one question.
Yes, please.
Yeah, that run interval, right? We made it 1 minute, right? Is there something we can break the loop or break it like that? Because sometimes if you doesn't want anything, right? Accidentally something happened and automatically ran in slaves, right? Or agents from the master. Can we roll back that?
So what do you mean by that? Can I remove this? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, of course. You can change it or you can remove it. You don't even have to start or restart the Puppet server. Puppet server automatically works. It will constantly look into this configuration file. Whenever a configuration file changes, it will update the changes automatically. I can make it 1 hour or any number of minutes. If I simply remove it, it will not do the auto interval anymore. It will just stop for a manual.
Okay.
Then you have to say Puppet agent -t. That will pull the, that command will actually, first of all, send your facts to the server. Facts will server will look into it. The server will send you the catalog back with the corrections, and the client will do the corrections and send the report to the master. That's how it works. That has to be done manually.
And say for example, we have 50 nodes, okay, 50 agents. And one master, something accidentally happened wrong thing, right? We should not be installed those things and those updates should not be available in the nodes. What we can do on that time?
Could you come again, Dina, one more time?
See, there is master and say for example 50 nodes or agents are there, right?
So you have a
50 agents.
Okay.
Slaves. So we did something. We have set the run interval for 1 hour and 1 hour some changes have happened, it has been replicated in every nodes, right?
50
And that we don't want. Hello.
50 node has been updated with the change which you don't want to get through. Is that what you're saying? So I'll
Yes,
just
yes.
draw you. So you have a master here, which you have a puppet master. You have a lot of nodes, okay? All the slave nodes. You say it is around 50 nodes. And typically the interval, you set it in the slave nodes, right? You say you have set 1 hour interval and you have made some changes in your master. Let's say we have did some change, like change 1 or change 2. Some change version you have done it, okay? Everything has 1 hour interval. According to its 1 hour interval, whatever the interval it is, it will pull from the master the changes. Till now it is clear. So what is your issue now?
Yes. Can I roll back those things? What are the changes happening?
Okay, very good question. How do you roll it back? Well, what you can do is you can make this puppet scripts. What are the puppet scripts? You have the manifest and all the modules. We can make this as a Git folder. You know the Git, right? Right. Whenever you do the changes, you commit the Git. Okay. So you
Okay.
because we are talking about infrastructure as code. So when you say code, it can be code controlled by Git, isn't it?
Yes.
You simply roll it back. And another 1 hour, all the changes are back. If you don't want 1 hour, if you want to do it instantly, you keep your interval as, let's say, 10 minutes or so. That's decent. And next 10 minutes, all the nodes are going back to their whatever previous states. Because, you can also configure each node separately in your master. So with one just commit, one line command, next 10 minutes, your entire infrastructure is back to your previous state. Does that explain your
Yeah,
question?
that's what. Yeah. That's what. Whenever you explain about Git, that's pretty clear.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Any questions for today? All right. Perfect. Thanks a lot. And tomorrow, 8 p.m., we will complete the Puppet with a full stack application. And I wanted you to kindly buy a public domain. We need it anyway, 99 bucks, Indian rupees, right? Configure your A records with the test and the master and the production so that we don't waste time tomorrow. We will directly jump into it. I want everyone to run all the commands. And we'll also run one case study where my master is installed and all your slaves, all your slave agents or agent nodes are with you. And if you do something which is not as per the master will automatically correct it, and you will see in live with all your nodes. So in order to that to happen, I want you to actually buy a domain and configure your DNS, please. Okay.
No, sir.
All right. Super. Have a good evening. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thank you, Dina. Good night. Bye bye.